I like that even a rich, smart, true blue feminist into the word bad bitch, just bad boss ass bitch. She still could fall for a fuck boy.
Well, audience, welcome back to another episode of Core Memory, a podcast about movies. I'm your host, Cortney Warner. And joining me this week, I'm so excited. We have the absolutely hilarious, the wonderful, one of my dear friends, Amber North on the podcast.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Hell yeah.
Hell
Amber,
yeah.
how are you doing, Amber? What's going on?
I'm good, Courtney. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm good, just hanging out, it's Sunday night and just been chilling, I'm stoked to talk about these movies. And yeah, just excited to hang out with you. Go ahead. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
I just said same.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Uh, well,
US.
audience, this week Amber brought us two fantastic picks. I mean, I say this about everybody, but also I wouldn't book anyone who would pick lame movies, honestly. So I'm stoked. Amber's first movie that she ever remembers seeing is School Days, and her favorite movie is The Big Lebowski. So what a hell of a combo. I'm stoked. So let's just start off with let's start off with School Days. That's the first one you remember seeing. I'll give some stats for the audience. So School Days came out in 1988, directed by the legendary Spike Lee. And also the cast is insane too. Lawrence Fishburne, Samuel L. Jackson, Trisha Campbell, and Giancarlo Esposito, among many other incredible actors in this movie. Tell me about the first time you saw this movie. Can you remember the moment that you saw or do you remember that specific time?
Yeah, it was so that movie came out in '88. By the time like I really had like a good core memory of movies, I was
Mm.
5 and that's when it came out on video.
Mhm.
And we had this before Blockbuster, there was this rental place called Movies to Go. And there was a few of them. And we lived nearby one and we went there all the time. And so that was our weekend activity. We would watch a new movie. And School Day was one of them. And I just thought it was so cool because of I mean, it really captured what it's like on HBCU campus life, historically Black
Mhm.
college or university, and, like, the Greek life of, sorority, fraternities, the whole, dialogue about, who's woke, who's not, to
Okay.
for lack of a better word, even though it's been co-opted by the idiots.
Yeah,
But not
yes.
not idiots, idiots.
Yeah, literally.
Like, they're robotic with their idiocy.
Yeah.
So, idiots, fuck them. Anyways, gonna be random. I mean,
No,
especially when
keep going,
talking
dude.
about a lot of outbursts like that. But, yeah, it is, it's very anti-establishment, but in a way that, is within the Black conversation, like, who's Black, who's sellout Black, who it really broke it down, and it really was ahead of its time in '88 talking about that, so, yeah, it really struck a nerve, and it made me wanna go to college.
Oh,
Ironically, I ended up going to PWI, predominantly white institution, but, the acronyms, right? But,
yeah.
yeah, um but I ended up living in Atlanta for 18 years, so that made up for it.
Yeah, checks and balances, I feel like,
I mean, it
n
was so Black, and it was so real, and it was, it just was ahead of its time, and there wasn't any movies out there like that, so
Yeah, no, this is, admittedly my first time seeing this movie. I'd like to think that I know a decent amount of Spike Lee, but this is one that just kinda slipped through the cracks for me. It was fantastic. I mean, it was a musical, I just was like, what a first off, like, what am I watching? Because it's so stylistically beautiful. It's a musical, but also it has so much, like, there's, like, a heaviness to it too and a realness, but also it's presented in such, like, a fun way. that I thought was just that was so impactful and interesting. I mean, I found myself, like, humming along after I watched the movie, like, to the songs and stuff like that. I'm like, this is fantastic. So, I that's what a hell of a first movie, you know?
Yeah. It was the first Spike Lee joint I saw, and
Mhm.
it was a one it was first of many because, I remember the first one I got to see in theaters was, Malcolm X, so
Mm.
that was really cool. It was really intense, though. I was 8, and by that time, I was like I knew what the world was like by then. It was
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's like the positive and negative of being a smart child, you know? It's like and who reads a lot. It was like, "Oh, well, damn." You know?
Yeah. Well, fuck you then, and fuck me, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Old Boy and it was
Mhm.
like, "Alright, Spike." But,
Mm. Yeah, like, okay.
there's a lot of stuff that Spike Lee did where I'm like, "Bro, I can't with you," because he also has a lot of issues, like,
Yeah.
along with the good patterns of, like, the pan shot, like, the legendary
Mm.
pan shot,
Mhm.
and all of the great genre I mean, all all the genre bending, and blending, and
Mhm.
then also, I mean, he raises great dialogue with a lot of his movies because Bamboozles is a great movie as well,
Oh, yeah.
Moonlight Blues,
Mhm.
but, like, the older I got and the more I watched some of his all of his movies, the ones that even the newer ones that came out, like Chirac and,
Yeah.
when he did, She Gotta Have It. I saw the
Mhm.
movie and I was disappointed in that, but
Yeah.
also it seemed like he tried too hard to make up for it in the show, but
Mhm.
point being, he has a lot of issues with colorism,
Mhm.
the only The Wanna Wise was the first, and She Gotta Have It, the TV series on Netflix. She was
Mhm.
the first, ingenue that he had that was, like a desirable ingenue at that, not
Yeah.
like a femme fatale, like in Girl
Yeah.
6, how he did Teresa Randall, shout out to
Mm.
her.
Shout
But,
out.
yeah, it's like he always had the brown skin or dark skinned women as the demonic female character and the
Yeah.
light skin, fair skinned black women, or even like the Asian women,
Mhm.
and, he has an obsession with Puerto Ricans, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, he kinda does, which I now that you mentioned that, I'm like, "That's interesting."
Yes, and he shows it a lot in the, She's Gotta Have It
Mhm.
remake, and even that the movie itself is very problematic,
Yeah.
um, because, I don't like when men especially when they do this, but I'm talking about, like, when they write about, because there's already, horrors that we have to face. I just wanna preface that
Yeah.
I I hate it, but I also hate it when they write when they feel like is art imitating life, when they
Mhm.
feel like they have to put rape scenes in movies. I don't like
Yep.
that shit at all, and he
Same.
does it with She's Gotta Have It, and he does it in a way where it makes it like, he paints it as if she deserves it, and so
Yes.
and I just, that, School Days, I will say, though, that's definitely one of my faves still that holds up well, and I feel like it's just least problematic. And also, it's a really good, you see some of the actors who's in a different world,
Mhm.
they're also you get, like Jasmine Guy and the dude who played Ron,
Yeah.
but, Tisha Campbell also she had a episode in it, like a guest episode. But yeah, that was the prelude to, that was a prelude to a different world. Like that,
Yeah.
and it was really cool, especially when I lived in Atlanta. I lived near the campuses that it modeled after, like Spelman and Morehouse and Clark Atlanta.
Mm.
So it was like a nice full circle too when I moved to Atlanta. So yeah, I really and then, and it was also it kinda interwove into me really falling in love with, John Singleton movies, Boys in the
Mhm.
Hood, and,
Yeah.
the character the one of the positive outcomes of that movie was when Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character and Nia Long's character, they ended up staying together and going at Morehouse and Spelman. It was really
Yeah.
cute. So, I
Yeah.
always was intrigued so it always intrigued me. So, yeah, and, it really did keep me intrigued about college life and going and all that. So and then, like, growing up, going to TSU
Mhm.
homecomings, like, shout out to CJ Walton, our fellow
CJ!
fellow sister comedian, she went to TSU and she know all about them homecomings, baby, they be lit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it reminded me of School Days, like, I was like, "Oh, snap," like, so
No, I love that, and and something I really enjoy about Spike Lee in general too is that I feel like he's a black person who makes movies for black people, and if you're not and if you're it's not catering to anyone else. So like the shorthand in the just like the world that he works in, it's like, okay, yes, this is made for a specific group of people for them to have this, like, lived experience, and other people can enjoy it as well, but also it's not gonna pander or try and make it palatable for other people that aren't in this group, which I think it's really important and cool, I think that oftentimes a lot of stuff gets kind of whitewashed. It's like, "No, just, like, make it for who you wanna make it for, and the right people will find it," and also people need to have representation and to have lived experiences outside of something that will pander to, a Becky or a Karen or whatever, you
yeah,
know?
mhm.
And I felt that with this movie, he it definitely, like, it wasn't an experience that I experienced, but I was able to relate to it and also, like, have empathy and kinda see the world of, like, this is really interesting, and the way he paints it and everything, I thought was just really, really awesome, and I just like that he sticks to his guns with that kinda stuff, at least with this movie, from what I've seen. Yeah, it was interesting seeing that it was a lotta the main protagonists were obviously, like, light-skinned or perhaps, like, biracial too, but, at least he did his best in the '80s with this one, you know?
Yeah. Now he's still, yeah, yeah, it was just an ongoing pattern, like, even with BlacKkKlansman,
Mm,
but
dude,
doesn't
yeah.
take away from the fact that he has good, viewpoints. I mean, not even viewpoints, but, like, he at least raise
Mhm.
conversations amongst us, so that's very important.
Yeah. No, dude,
That's
I forgot he did BlacKkKlansman too in that movie. Wow, what a movie.
yeah, yeah,
It wa
um,
I never wanna hear any other white person say the N-word ever, let alone that much, you know what I mean? That was Yeah, I remember I saw it in theaters, and there was a point where I'm like, I can't do this." And even knowing the context of who made the movie and everything, it was jarring, you know?
yeah. It's like, "Oh, I didn't think I was watching another Quentin Tarantino movie."
Dude, I kinda felt like I'm like, "Who?" Wait, I was like, "No, Spike Lee made this." I was like, Spike Lee made this, right?" You know what I mean? Because it was very, very intense, and a lot of it I get he was trying to paint a picture, but also it was like, this felt excessive, and
Mhm.
almost like and I'm like, I don't know, as I don't act a lot, but I'm also like, do these white actors, are they okay with this? I get they're getting paid, but I wouldn't it's always interesting to like, who is it? Oh, Topher Grace, who played David Duke in that movie, and I'm like, "Oh my god, from that '70s show." Like, I get you gotta work, and unfortunately, you do look like him, which sucks, but,
It
ugh,
was obvious he didn't wanna say it, he only said it once, and it was clear
yeah.
it was, like, one take. He's like, "I ain't saying this shit again."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm good. You already got me playing one of the most evil human beings to ever exist, I'm not gonna say this again." But Adam Driver, love him. I think he's great. I feel like every episode I do, I always either bring up him or Timothy Chalamet, so I guess that was my quota,
Nice.
for bringing him up because I think he's hot, and he is also talented, not to discredit a white man's talents, but, you know,
Yeah.
um, so but, so I think you had already answered this too, so do you still love this movie? Do you still feel it's relevant, and do you still get a lot out of it?
Yes. Oh, I haven't seen it in a while, but
Mhm.
I watched it so many times, growing up and in my 20s, but yeah, it still holds up. I mean, it's always gonna be, who's black enough, who's not,
Mm.
and don't talk about it, be about it, and activists versus people who, are virtual signal what do you say? Virtue
Oh,
signalers.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Virtue signalers. You gotta enunciate. But, yeah, I still, it's still one of my absolute favorite Spike Lee joints, 100% too.
Yeah,
Every time I watch it, I'm just like, "Damn, so good."
yeah. No, it was I agree, like, I mean, as a
Well,
first-time
you
viewer
really cook.
yeah, he did cook with that one, with the music and with, just the aesthetics and just everything about it. I was like, "This is you're dropped into this world that is very real, and it's a reality for a lot of people," but also then you have, like, the musical element where it's just like, "Oh, oh, and they're singing and dancing now." But they're also, like, mad at each other, and they're, like,
Right,
trying to figure out who's the realist here, but also it's like, but they're gonna sing and dance about it, you know?
right.
Which is I think adds like a level of like whimsy to it too, or like inaccessibility for sure.
Yeah, the See If I Care, Good or Bad Hair number,
Mhm.
one of the best things ever that was
Oh,
ever choreographed, ever written. I fucking
yes.
love that scene, and that really, cause like, it really it really hit me, especially when the light skinned women are saying, "You're nothing but a jigaboo." It's like, damn, we
Mhm.
had to escape it being called that from white people, hearing it from your ass, and you flaunting it,
Yeah.
and flaunting the fact that you have fair skin is just so silly. But, I mean, I grew up here in Nashville, and colorism's real,
Mhm.
um I mean, being called all kinds of shit because I'm dark skinned was something I had to deal with, and something I had to overcome too, as far as insecurity goes. So, I always think of that musical part where they talk
Yeah.
about it. But it was what was powerful is seeing all those beautiful dark skinned women not letting any of that phase them.
Yeah.
One thing I gave that's why the pattern of Spike Lee's hidden colorism, I mean, it was so subtle that, it started to just come out, 'cause, seeing School Days and seeing so many dark-skinned women on screen together, first off,
Uh-huh.
and then for them to be looked at desirable too, and for the message to be like, "Hey, don't discredit them, don't discredit their femininity," you know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was so, yeah, the message still holds up. I mean, there's some stuff that we still dealing there's some bullshit we're still dealing with and within the community.
Yeah. No, and I felt that it's still if he put this out today, I think it would still probably be a hit, you know what I mean?
Y'all definitely
What one because it's timeless and it feel but also, like, it's unfortunate that it is also something it's also society hasn't progressed as much as you'd hope in the past, like, almost 40 years, you know what I mean? With just how people treat each other and stuff too, and I thought about that too because I see a lot of discourse, especially, like, with Hollywood stuff too, where it's, like, a lot of biracial or light-skinned women get cast as leads for projects where it's like, "Oh, well, we cast a black person. There we go. We're good," you know, but it's never, but you don't but it's like and I love Zendaya, but it's also like she's in a but it's like her and women like her who are in a lot of things where it's like, oh, it's palatable to the white gaze. You know what I mean? Because she's half white, she's light skinned, whatever. And I think that's and watching this movie too, I was like, man, nothing's really fucking changed in again in like 35 years or whatever it is and on a macro or micro level, you know what I mean, which is
Mhm.
fucked up, honestly.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that too in a lot of different ways. Audience, I'm sure at this point you know that I'm Asian, Amber's black. There you go. This is what we're talking about. Just in case they didn't, because just in case they didn't get the context clues, because sometimes people are fucking stupid, but hopefully no one stupid is listening to this podcast.
People
If
don't
you
know
are,
there's clues, man. People don't read no more. They just,
they don't. They literally don't. And
"Oh, y'all read. I know y'all read. If you're listening, you definitely read."
yeah, if you're listening to this and you understand, if you understand like breaking down movies and understanding subtext and plot and everything, hopefully you read and you write and you do all those things. But anyway, I do relate to that too because I feel like also with Asian people and I, kind of understanding how communities work and all that stuff as someone who grew up with white parents, just understanding that it's like, oh, like if you even with Asian people, like, if you have to have the most pale skin, you have to basically look practically fucking Caucasian to, like, be considered, like, either high class or high status, which is also really fucked up, and then you see different movies and TV shows where it's like a lot of like mixed race people and not just full purely Asian people. That sounds like I'm sounding like I need pure Asian people in my projects, and that sounds really fucked up. That's not
We're just
what I
referring
mean.
to Genesis. You heard it here
Yeah,
first.
yes, I am looking for the
Every
pure
pod
race,
refers to
pure
Genesis.
yeah, pure Korean or nothing else in my projects is what I'm saying. So that's maybe that's not gonna be the sound clip for the opening of this episode, but it had to be said, okay?
You like pure breeds here.
Yeah, I
Just
prefer
kidding.
purebred.
Just kidding. Yeah, everybody's great.
Everyone's
Diver
awesome.
diversity's rad.
Yeah, we love
Me, but I'm
diversity.
throwing up double peace signs. That shows how rad. Double peace.
That's how that's how peaceful and how peace and love what is it? Our friend Jesse Leanna's always like, "Peace and love, peace and love."
Peace and love. Praise for sawing. I cannot
Yeah,
say anything else. Peace and love. Peace and love. That's a terrible musical star and
I was
British.
gonna say
It
yeah,
was
that's a
out,
Ringo quote for sure.
man, but it doesn't matter. It'll be all right.
Yeah, oh, he's perfectly fine. I think when he came through Nashville, his tickets were at a minimum $700, so he's doing fine, and people paid it, so, oh, man, but
For the
no, but
nothing for the least talented Beatle.
I
That's
mean, thank you for saying that too, because everyone who wants to be quirky is like, "Oh, I love Ringo," and I'm like, I don't dislike the guy, but also I'm like, be for fucking real. Is he really your favorite? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't lie to me.
and that's yeah, and I agree with that, but it just hit me. I will say, since we're talking about movies, and I'm gonna be talking
Yes.
about some randoms that I do love, but
Yes.
it's been one of them. Ringo Starr directed one of my absolute favorite documentaries, at least music documentary. So
Yeah.
it was about T-Rex, Mark Bolan, who if
Mm.
you don't know who he is, just watch Billy Elliot. He's got a few songs. If you do know, shout out because I fucking love T-Rex. It's random, but you've actually have. Y'all seen me at the Dive Motel where
Dude, yes.
I'm like, "Ah, ah." But
Yeah.
Born to Boogie is a great documentary that Ringo Starr directed, and it's about him. And it's about his tour that he did for um the Slider, basically, yeah. It was a Slider, which
Mhm.
I have that record, it's fucking amazing. But, it's surrealism, and
Mhm.
it blends surrealism with live concert footage, and
Oh.
there's a scene where, Elton John is on there, and they're singing Benny and the Jets, I think, or one of them. But,
Mhm.
yeah, Born to Boogie, y'all watch that.
Hell yeah. No, that's gonna be I'm gonna I wa I mean, yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch that. That sounds I didn't know
Still
that
the
he
least
directed
talented Beatle, but no.
yes. Yeah, no, I mean, yes, agreed, and
I can tell you all.
he milks it, he's still alive, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
That's how I feel a little bit. I'm like, "You are one of the ones that are one of the last standing ones." So, like, you definitely are milking that, just 'cause, for whatever reason, you're still alive, No
Right.
one has gotten to you yet.
Ha!
Uh, or no one's looking for you either. Anyway, Ringo, if you're listening, no, we love you. We love you. If you wanna come on the podcast, you could definitely come on.
I was gonna
Just
start
as a
singing, "I
disclaimer.
got my mindset on you," but that's George Harrison, so
Yes.
I don't know a
I
song
think
Ringo, but
I don't either. I
I'm
think
from
I
Born a
think George
Boogie.
is my George is maybe my favorite Beatle. Do you have a favorite?
No, because I don't really care about I don't
That's
care.
fair. I mean, I get
I
it.
like
Like, it's
T-Rex though, listen to
y
T-Rex.
listen to T-Rex, guys. Yeah, the dive, and then didn't we go to, like, Mickey's or something afterward, and they were playing
They
or
were playing
something?
T-Rex then, I was
Mhm.
like,
It was following you around.
"Okay."
It's like you were in your own movie. It's just like, "Oh, this is Amber's soundtrack, and we're just her side characters."
Yeah. Shout out to
Uh,
Billy Elliot, man, that movie got me into T-Rex and Jamie Bell.
hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
Um, so are you ready? Would you be down to start talking about, your favorite movie of all
Yeah.
time?
So
Hell yeah, dude.
It's it's so hard to say what my favorite is of all time, and it
Yeah,
was, um, we that's where we relate here. It was The Royal Tenenbaums for an incredibly long time. Like,
yeah,
I mean and I still quote that daily. I quote that and Big Lebowski daily. Like,
yeah.
I always say, "Let's shag ass, cause let's get going, baby." And people, when they hear that, they're like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like, "Hey, I know you, asshole." Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm constantly quoting I love the Royal Tenenbaums, but The Big Lebowski entered like, it was crazy because like, I got into the Royal Tenenbaums right when it like, I was into it with trailers and shit, and that was
Mm.
so, I saw it when it came out, and, when the Big Leb I I didn't know about Big Lebowski when it came out in '98, but in 2004, my brother died in the spring, and
Mhm.
I just like, nothing was really funny to me, I wasn't enjoying sports like I used to, like,
Yeah,
proper grieving,
yeah.
and, this is back when I was still on AOL chat rooms, and so
Hell, shout out.
NBA chat room and that. Shout out to all my homies. Well, man, I learned, man, we talked about life, talked about basketball, of course, but then we
Loving basketball.
talked
Also,
about life again.
love that movie too.
Honestly, and I got a lot of great music recommendations from those NBA
Yeah.
chat days, man. To
Hell
this
yeah.
day, I listen to some of the music that they recommended, um but yeah, they were talking about The Big Lebowski. I don't even know. I think they were just talking about some of their favorite funny movies because I was, into, Do Where's My Car at the time, and I still am
Oh, yeah.
with that movie, but,
Oh, yeah.
fuck Ashton Kutcher. But not Sean William Scott, he's great. I was very
He's
happy.
cool, yeah.
Yes, and I was very happy to see him in, The Righteous Gemstones, so that was fun.
Ah,
Even though
yes.
he was but it doesn't matter. He was the wild card, but he was great.
Mhm.
But, anyway, so I this was, when I was visiting from, college over the, summer, and I went to the library to rent Big Lebowski, and, I saw, like, the first 10 minutes,
Mhm.
and I stopped the movie, put it back in the thing, took it back to the library the next day, and then that day, I bought the movie. I was like, "No, this needs to be
Yeah.
in my collection for the rest
Yes.
of my life." And I have moved to so many different places, and I have kept that DVD, that same one that I bought. And,
Oh.
I watched the entire movie and laughed my fucking ass off. And that was the first time I laughed since my brother died, like, for real, like, laugh for real. Like, I had some
Yeah.
times with my friends, but, like,
Mhm.
that shit was killing me. And
Dude.
so over the summer, I just became a big, big fan of it. But then I went to college, and then I got even more into it. But, it was right when I was, like, 23 when I really loved it. It was, I watched it outside, like, it was, like, a nice Atlanta one of the rare chilly nights that was perfect, where we could
Mhm.
watch a movie outside on a projector, and we watched Big Lebowski, and we ended up talking about the movie, and it's like, "You know what? I like how, because 'cause we're stoners, it's like, I like how it really does root for the underdog, like,
Yeah.
that is, like, the biggest underdog story, right?
Mhm.
For the stoners at least up until Cabin in the Woods came out.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that movie. Yeah. Yeah, that is
Listen to us,
so true.
motherfuckers, we know. Uh,
Yeah.
but, yeah, it was, and so, and the thing is, I guess my point, the point is, as I'm telling the point, because it is kinda like a story, like a process of like, oh, because it's like different eras of my life. I just loved it more and appreciated it more. And
Mhm.
so, but yeah, that was like the first time where I was like, this is really like impacted me because it was like, because I had just, so I was an intern at the Tennessean when I got into it, when I was
Mhm.
training it, and then I was an intern with the Tennessean for 2 summers in a row, and I also freelanced with them when I would come home for the holidays.
Mhm.
And, right after when I graduated college around February of '07, they were like, "Hey, we have some openings." And, um, and they were like, while you wait for a response, you can, freelance for us, and they were paying me and stuff. And so I was like, hell yeah. And I ended up not getting any other jobs.
Oh,
And
damn.
come to find out, and by that I mean I had to realize, "What the fuck was this about?" And I had to talk to somebody who is familiar with corporate life and everything.
Mhm.
She said and she didn't sound too happy to tell me, but she was like, "Yeah, they did that because you're black and they needed somebody black."
Oh,
So
fuck. Oh,
they
fucking the DEI shit. I mean, it's not shit, but, like, that is what they were probably
no
considering that
one
at the time.
they were using affirmative action in a shitty way at the time,
Yeah.
because that was
Yeah.
2007. And I don't fuck with him. I never fucked with him since. But yeah, it also showed me how corporate life is, and also showed me that you can work your ass off for people who pumped you up, gassed you up, but when they find a reason to use you for an opportunity to save their own ass, and then
Mm,
and not give a fuck about you, they'll do
mhm.
that. So it was 2 for 1 type thing. And I was, being a college graduate, and then people being like, "You're so smart. You don't why are you working in restaurants?" Like, just getting clowned for working in the restaurant industry,
Oh,
and me being like, "Yeah, but I like the money that I make, and I like that
yeah.
it's flexible, and I can still do what I wanna fucking do
Mhm.
when it comes to my art," because
Yeah. Yeah.
journalism at the time. Like, I was always doing something,
Mhm.
but, they started to believe in me though when I did stand-up comedy. They were like, "Okay, well, now I see why you took the path that you took." But I'm like, "Why didn't you just fucking believe in me in the first time? You treated me like
Yeah.
a fucking burnout, and, also be proud of me because not many people in our family are college graduates, and I graduated in 4 years straight, and I
Mhm.
didn't have to borrow a single cent from you motherfuckers. So, like, I went
Yeah.
fried because of my brain, you whore."
Mhm.
So, you know
Yeah.
so
Period.
Whores being my haters and, my family who
Yeah.
were a lot of haters. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was really fucking with me, 'cause I'm like and, it's like and I did it's like it's not like I didn't try to go there. I mean, I did that path, I worked
Mhm.
in journalism and as an intern and, it paid well for interns, but it didn't pay well for life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
not
Been there before.
moneying. It wasn't moneying. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Porner Institute, like, Porner.org is like a journalism watch I mean, I don't wanna say watchdog, but it's it's a society of journalists
Mm.
talking about what's happening in the journalist world, basically. And so, Journalist Digest, if you will. And so, every year, right before the up until the actual economy crisis in 2008, like, from '06 to '07, and then, like, after the crisis, '09, 2010, I'm
Mhm.
seeing how there's so many different trade jobs. Shout out to them, and I think that's
Yeah.
awesome, but I'm saying there was too many trade jobs that I was seeing that was making way more money than journalists. Like, I was at
Yeah.
the bottom of the totem pole. And I would see, like, how editors would get 40,000 starting out, and that was back then, it's maybe 50 now, but it's like, that's so much work.
Yeah. It's so
So
much work.
well, and I just remember making that much, working at so all that to say, when I was seeing that at the time in '07 with the projector, it really projected in my mind. Oh
Oh.
my god, this is really hitting hard because it's like,
Yeah.
why? Because people be like, "What's your real job?" I'm like, "This is a real job, you hear, right?"
Yeah.
Like, people shitting on restaurant jobs, and it's like,
So
well,
stupid.
y'all act like y'all will I mean, a lot of y'all would really die if you didn't have a restaurant in business because
Mhm.
you cook for yourselves. So it's like, they be the same people shitting on it, and, just seeing how the fake Lebowskis was shitting on the real Lebowski.
Dude.
Like, and how the dude really was the actual Big Lebowski. And then,
Yes.
dude, he just want his fucking rug back.
I know, but this poor man, like, I won't rewatch I haven't seen this movie in years, and so rewatching it was such a treat, and, he was just this dude is just like he was a principle of the matter. He wanted his rug. He had more principle and ethics than it really anyone else in this movie, I feel like, you know what I mean? Where but people were so quick to write him off as like, "Oh, yeah, like you said, he's a burnout. He doesn't have a real job. What is he doing?" It's like, "No, he's a good, decent person
Yeah.
who got fucked over because of a rich person who just was like, "Well, I'll deal with my shit, you deal with your shit, but also I'm a million," well, in quotes, "a millionaire" because he's a fucking lion,
Yep,
but it's like,
it was
it's just
Oz
so
it was Oz a wizard.
he was literally, oh my god. So I'm gonna run through some quick stats for the audience too for Big Lebowski because I remember, yeah, because um so no, I love this. So Big Lebowski came out in 1998, 10 years after School Days too. So that's a cool correlation.
Yeah,
Directed by the Coen brothers. Again, another stacked cast where we have Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, Julianne Moore, amongst many other incredible actors. People who were who were at their peak, who were going to reinvent their career. Because I've read so many times that Jeff Bridges is like, "Oh, Big Lebowski changed the trajectory of my career." Which is so interesting to hear him say because I feel like he was doing a bunch of stuff that wasn't per se that at the time, and then for him to do such a kind of a wacky comedy, and for that to be like a defining moment in his career for him, and that has changed how people look at him and how he got jobs afterward, I thought was very interesting, and then also seeing John Goodman be kind of a son of a bitch, you know what I mean? Because I was used to, I mean, he was on Roseanne, he was in like some Disney movies. So for me, he always just kind of this teddy bear grandpa figure, even in Righteous Gemstones, I'm like, "Oh, he's the dad,"
yeah,
and then to rewatch this and see him just be such a motherfucker, which
yeah. I love
kills me.
Incorporated. I mean, I'm talking about I fucking
Yes.
love and that's a core memory too in the sense that I saw that movie when I got my first, one of my first college admissions,
Mhm.
when I got a, acceptance letter rather, and that was really cool. And so 3 years later to see John Goodman in this role and be like, "Oh, Boo or Kitty."
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and it's just hard, like, I love the nod that the Righteous Gemstones did to The Big Lebowski, but you just
Me
can't
too.
I mean, it's like it really truly is a cult classic, and I'm part of that,
Mhm.
and I did go to the Belcourt last year,
I was gonna
where
say, I remember this.
and,
Yeah.
it was such a great time going to the midnight showing, and it's kind of funny now because, I just, entered my 40s last year at the time, so I'm like
Woo!
and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, "Oh, they actually I fuck,
Yeah.
would."
Yeah.
I was like, "They got some pies out."
Yeah. The
I was like, "Dang, John Goodman, he was a thick arms." It was crazy.
John
And then I was
John
like,
Goodman.
"Hey, Drew Bridge, he tall." It was
Yeah, he is.
it was
Dude.
just seeing it on the big screen too, that was my first time seeing it on the big screen, I was
Oh,
just like, "Okay, these motherfuckers
yeah.
did it." But that was another takeaway, but, but
Yeah, I also felt, I mean, you can clown on me all you want, but I didn't think Steve Buscemi was ugly in this movie.
no, he was so cute, he's not
Thank you.
he
Okay, thank God. I'm not in enemy territory. Okay, good.
he looked really sweet doe-eyed, but,
Oh, I think he's adorable. I love him.
yeah, and so yeah, man, like, when I saw it on the projector and then, like, since then, I, like, made sure I saw it every year, same with Roll of Tenenbaums,
Yeah.
and, but, like, it's so funny, it was like a resurgence of my love for it, the last 6 years I lived in Atlanta 'cause, shout out
Mhm.
to my homies Oscar and Susie. Yeah, me and Oscar mainly, we would just be goofy. They were my roommates, and so, Susie would patiently watch me and Oscar be a quote of The Big Lebowski. So we had this chalkboard, and we would put up different quotes from it.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times we would watch it while stoned, obviously, and
Yeah.
there'd be, like, new quotes in there that I was like, "Wait a minute." And there's a few of them, but when, uh, when they're in the, when they're in the bowling alley and he has the little dog
Yes.
in the little crate, he said, "You brought it bowling?" He's like, "I didn't bring it bowling." He doesn't have a pair of fucking shoes, dude. He's not gonna take your fucking turn, dude. He's like, "Why can't you board it?" He said, "If my ex told me to watch my dog or watch her dog while she and her new boyfriend go on vacation, I'd tell her to go fuck herself." And then Walter goes, "First of all, dude, you don't have an ex." And it's like, "Damn! Now you calling your slutty friend out."
I love it. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
also you have a dog, and also no one's ever fucked you ever. So
And then second of all, it's a fucking show dog with fucking papers.
yes, yes.
I'm like, "Yeah, you goddamn right." Or like when, the scene where he brings when he's in the tub and he goes,
Mm,
"Nice marmot," and then they put the
yeah,
weasel in
Marv.
the tub, and he's saying it to Walter, and Walter's main concern was, first, they really shouldn't have an amphibious rodent out in the wildlife.
Right, like, what are the regulations about it? Yeah, like,
It ain't legal either. What are you, a fucking park ranger? Like,
yeah, I know, yeah.
oh,
Oh my god.
I love it so much.
I do too.
Duh. But
I love the scene too where it's towards the end where Jeff Bridges goes and, like, sets colors over, like, the outline of the guy with the dick, and then he keeps it, but then, like, the cop finds all this, he's just like, "What the fuck is this?" I was dying, I'm like, "I forgot about that part." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess anyone would find these on a person in a robe and just be like, 'What the fuck is going on?'"
stay out of Malibu, deadbeat. Ow!
Yes,
I
yeah.
just
Um, at the end when John Goodman's calling those guys Nazis, like, "They're fucking Nazis," you know what you mean fucking anti-Semites.
they're nihilists, dude. They don't believe in anything.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're not in concerned with anything that you think they're concerned about.
Yo, shout out to Flea for being one of the nihilists and Amy Mann being a nihilist with the toe being sacrificed.
Yeah, yes, with the toe. Also, it's so fucking funny that, like, the whole, like, I mean, the whole, like, the jumping off point for this movie is the girlfriend, Bunny, and then she just disappears and she's on a girls trip, and it's like, no one thought to check. In fact, instead, they just went to all these conclusions, and it's like, that's how you know how the fake Big Lebowski, what an idiot he is.
Right. But then kind of find out he knew all that and he just wanted her to really get kidnapped. So
Right, and he wanted the money because he's broke. He's a broke bitch.
broke bitch stealing off his dead wife's inheritance that's supposed to be to his kids. That was
Yeah.
leaving his kids. So oh, it
I
was. I don't know. I think it was.
I
Yeah,
think it
no,
yeah, I
Martha
think
Delphi blood kid. She just, one of many women who have shitty dads.
yeah, hey,
I'm
it's
sorry,
not
I didn't mean that. I meant to say men and women and non-binary.
yes, all
Everybody
people,
has God said everybody could get a shitty dad. So
all God's children can have a shitty father, including God, so, you know,
including
but
ah
yeah, he's kinda I mean, he makes it all about himself, so I don't know if he's that good of a dad, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
And then of course Big Lebowski thought he was playing God. But he was a
yes,
paraplegic, so Walter
he was, unlike what Walter thought.
I really wanted that to be real. I wanted Walter to get a win, and he just kinda never really did. And
I
also,
know.
looking back, like, I looked at a lot of their, reunions and stuff,
Mhm.
and John Goodman himself was like, "I really think though, like, the understanding is he never really did go to Nam."
No. Oh my god, of course the way he talked as much as he talked about it, I feel like or didn't make it past basic training, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. He
It's like
watched The Deer Hunter once and was like, "Okay."
yeah,
That's also a
I know.
movie.
Yeah, oh, it is such a good movie.
I
I
watched
also could see him oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I could have seen Walter just, like, sign up for basic training, go through, and then, like, either get hazed or, like, break an arm or something. He's like, "No, but I went." It's like, "No, you were in DC for, like, a decent amount of time,
Yeah, you're
and you didn't go,
friends.
and you were dishonorably discharged for that."
Yep. Yeah.
So funny. But what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying The Deer Hunter is a great movie, but I
It is.
don't recommend doing what I did and watching it for the first time on Christmas Day.
Mm.
But being the type of family I have, it was very relieving.
Yes.
It was
I think
very, yeah, comforting. Same with the Pan's Labyrinth, but that's dark s
Oh,
I love
yeah. Oh, that one's good too.
Mhm.
I think there's been Christmases where, given our family dynamic, we've watched, like, Shawshank Redemption, and I'm just like, "Sure, yeah, okay, this is a problem."
With at least there's a happy ending or whatever, or is it? No spoiler.
Uh,
You should see it by
not
bucks.
yeah, 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 it's not I wouldn't say it's that happy of an ending given everything that they go through, but yeah, yeah, my mom said
Wait, it's jail,
you know,
girl.
yeah, it's chill by the end of it, it's like, okay, everything has chilled out by the end, I guess is the best way of putting it. It's like they go through
Yep.
an intense time together
Yeah,
throughout the duration of the movie, and then it's like, okay, well, it's not as bad as it was.
right.
So,
Yeah,
which, is good metaphor for life, I feel like.
yeah,
Um
yeah. Yeah, it's the Coen Brothers, though, I didn't know they beefing.
I feel like they are. I thought that they were because I feel like because I know that Ethan Cohen has been working a lot with like Margaret Qualley. She's done a few he did a Driveway Dolls with her and Pedro Pascal, and then this new one that Honey Don't with Aubrey Plaza and Margaret Qualley again. And I'm like, why are y'all? It's like them, the Sadfi brothers. I'm like, y'all need to like come on. It's like being like a child of divorce. Like, please get back together. You're better when you are together. But yeah, I feel like they're not okay. I think because it's like them and then, there's a f and I'm just like, "They're brothers, like, you're gonna have to know each other the rest of your lives," you know?
Damn. I mean, they made good movies, though, damn.
They consistently something I love about them too is that, like, they are considered auteurs and highbrow filmmakers, but, like, most of what they've made, from what at least from my understanding, are comedies. You know, you think about Raising Arizona, Fargo is very funny, where it's like, "Oh, it's cool to be an auteur that does comedy, but is, like, also can win an Oscar," where it's like, you know, you have, like, your auteurs of comedy, like your Judd Apatows and your Kevin Smiths and all of that who make very funny movies, but aren't necessarily being considered for, like, awards, whereas the Coen brothers somehow made that work for them, which I think is really cool.
It is really cool, but I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what's interesting about The Big Lebowski is, like,
Mhm.
while they got, most of their other films got, critically acclaimed, and
Mm.
this one, it didn't. I mean, it wasn't that it didn't pan, but
Yeah.
it reached cult classic status pretty instantly,
Mhm.
though. So,
Yeah.
one of them things where it kind of proved the point of the whole movie of, you know, anti-corporate,
Yeah.
like
Literally.
indie the whole time, and, um, I'm actually, grateful too about it because, I know I have a friend whose, late husband, his uncle they started Lebowski Fest that was in, Louisville. I think it's
Hell yeah.
and, but it also it it is based in Louisville, but I think it also traveled because there was one time it was in Atlanta, and,
Mm.
um and then, I had a really great, used book find at the used bookstore in Atlanta. It was a coffee table book, I'm a Lebowski, you a Lebowski, and it's this, his uncle is the illustrator, and so, yeah, it was, I really fuck with all the I mean, I just fuck with it as a whole, but
Yeah.
all the cult part of it, like drinking White Russians and
Yeah.
robes and shit. I love the camaraderie, the community of it. I mean, it really I mean, it's very I mean, it's kinda like the straight I know it kinda sounds crazy because I don't I mean, yeah, I am straight, but I don't wanna be like, "Oh, I'm straight." But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It almost sounds like you're saying something hateful at this
just
point, you know?
even though I'm separating myself from this, but it is
Yeah.
even though I do love this myself, but as far as white men go, it's their version of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes. Oh my god, that's a great take. Holy shit.
I was like, "Look, as much I do love this show, and this is about my love for this movie, and this is about my love
Mhm.
for this movie, but I gotta separate myself from this category of people I was about to highlight." So,
Oh, no. I do that
this
all the time where I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Rose, hey, yeah, this is definitely
Right.
your picture show.
It is, 'cause it's like, yeah, people dress up, it's such a thing for them, and, like, there's other cult classic movies, of course, but this one just feels like it really has transcended through, like, the mainstream too, you know, where
Mhm.
everyone knows the quotes of the movie, everyone knows the characters.
Yeah.
They all if you come dressed up as the dude, people know exactly who for, like, a Halloween party or something, they know you wear a robe and sunglasses, and they
Yeah,
know
all you
exactly
gotta
who
do
you
alright,
are.
and that's probably yeah, and then, it's also the fun fact of it saying "fuck" nearly 300 times, so
Yeah. It's I mean, that's a hell of a record too, which is Yeah, like I told you, my cat and I were watching, and she was locked in. So
She walked in, she was like,
she
"Yo,
prob
this is my hey."
she she probably thought everyone was hot like we thought they were hot too.
I was like, "Look at these people." And then the one
Yeah, look at
Carl Hungus, I'm like I was just like, "Wait a minute. This is inside
uh,
wink?" No, I'm just kidding.
right? So, dude, I am curious. So, since part of this podcast too is like talking about the movies that kind of made us, but also like finding correlations between the two. So, I think I definitely see some correlations between both of the movies that you brought today. But I'm curious, do you see any correlations between the two?
Yeah, they're very much, I mean, they're both anti-institution.
Yeah.
And, uh, and it's funny because they're anti-institution, but they know they have to work within the institution, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The dude, even though he loves his lifestyle, even despite the fact that he has to write a check for 69 cents for a carton of milk and the fact that
Yeah.
he's late on rent, he knows that money needs to be made, which is why
Mm-hmm.
such an easy target for this obvious scam.
Yeah.
And so, he's thinking he's gonna have his own this and own that. He was all excited about getting money and then going through this whole process with the kid, with the car. "This is what you do when you
Oh my God.
like, all of that is because he became really greedy about the money and not about,
Yeah.
"Oh, I care about the lost woman."
Yes. Exactly.
Even though he knew he decided that she probably kidnapped herself, it became,
Hmm.
"Oh, okay, I need to get what's owed to me. I need my money because you got
Yeah.
give me my rug." And so, working within the institution, man, we gotta live, you know? And, same
Yeah.
with them, like, yeah, they they're in time. Um, I mean, the scene in School Days where Lawrence
Hmm.
Fishburne is mocking the fraternity. You
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you're mocking them, you're calling them high-minded Negroes, but at the same time, you are waking people up, deciding that you're the campus rooster trying to wake people up and educate them. So, you still want a clique as well. You want people to follow you just like Juan Carlo Esposito's character want the people his, fraternity brothers follow him.
Yeah.
So, um, and same with the Big Lebowski. I mean, yeah, they love going their own way, the anti-establishment, but they care about rules because look
Yeah.
at Walter, how he reacted because he thought somebody's toe graced the line over
Dude.
the line.
Yeah.
No, it's like a very interesting thing. It's like there's juxtapositions, you know?
Yeah, and I think also with Big Lebowski too, like how dedicated they are to their bowling league too, and it's like, "No, this is what we do.
Yeah.
This is our thing." And I could see kind of like yeah, kind of like they're anti-establishment, anti-capitalist, both movies I think are, but also I think like you said they very much are like in their own like cycle of like this is how we do things and we're going to do it this way,
Yeah.
and they can't necessarily see past their own issues or their own selves to get themselves out of, like, the cycle that they're in, even though they claim to be these things, you know?
Yep.
And I felt that way about both of those 2. And yeah, I mean,
Go for 'em, man.
dude, that is a great that's a yes. Because it's like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna get out, and we're gonna live our lives,
And
and
we're
all
gonna
these
get
things, and
rid of the fascists, and then
yeah,
another guy who's like, "Oh, no, he's shitty too."
yeah.
It's that's how it was with Laura Fishburne character. It was like, you thinking too hard, you know?
Mhm.
You working so hard to not be anti-colorist that you losing sight of the point. The
Yeah,
point is not to just diss light-skinned people because 'cause they're light-skinned. The point is to raise nuance in the conversation about why colorism is affecting dark-skinned people most,
yeah,
you know?
yes,
And so,
agreed.
and same with Big Lebowski, is like, he never had a plan with anything, and it
Mhm.
showed with this there's so many things he coulda done to prevent anything that happened, you right?
So he could there's so many things watching this whole movie, I'm just like, he could've this didn't have to happen, you know?
Yeah, like, he never locked the door, A.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just A. He
Yeah, literally A, he never locked the door. He respected himself, but also he seriously had self-respect, but not in the ways that he could have gotten him out of this situation. Or like he was so nearsighted with the rug stuff too, where I'm like, dude, if you just let it go, you would have and you would have like gotten a carpet cleaner or had someone borrow it from someone, you would have been fine, you know?
yeah, it's like, I mean, it's and, you know, he says, "Do I look like I'm married?" The fullest he does look. Like, it's clear that, you know, like, it was clear that he was fucking, but it was clear that he was not in any relationship, and,
Yeah.
you know, it's interesting how Ma Lebowski I really love, you know, I love the I never you know, we get so caught up into how The Big Lebowski is great, like,
Mhm.
funny fucking white dudes is being funny. But I just feel like Julianne Moore is not she doesn't get enough credit for her
Mm.
character because or I won't say she does get enough credit. I just feel like her character still gets overshadowed. And
I would
she
agree.
she that bitch, man. I mean,
Yeah.
she was open about fucking, she was open about her sexuality, she was open about her, you know, being nude,
Mhm. Yeah.
and shitty abstract art. Want to raise a child without the burden of having a man, pretending to
Yeah.
be a good dad.
Honestly, pretty fucking real, honestly. If you know what if that's what you want, and you have the money to do it, it's like, "Yeah, get this guy out of here. Let me
Yeah,
just have my
and
kid."
yeah, and I also love the fact and I don't know if that was Coen Brothers' point or if that's Julianne Moore just, you know, doing what she does and just,
Mhm.
you know, molding the character to her great acting, but
Yeah.
it I like that even a rich, smart, true blue feminist into the
Mhm.
word, bad bitch, just bad boss ass bitch, she still could
Yeah.
fall for a fuck boy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Damn.
Still fell
But
for
look
the fuck boy charm.
yeah.
She was so excited. She was trying to expedite the process, get them eggs up in her cooch.
Oh, she was with that pillow, she was rubbing yeah, she was like, "Let's make this happen."
Yeah, she couldn't wait, and then decided to ask about him, and she was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah.
She was
She's
that
like, "Well, fuck."
scene where she's disappointed, where she was, like, excited that he was part of the, protest group in Seattle, and,
Yeah.
he did something in the past, and she was like, "Oh?" He's like, "Yeah, not anymore, though." She's like, "Oh." Like, I love how real that was.
Dude, that's so oh my god, I didn't even think about it like that, but we've all look at us, we're 2 bad bitches, and look at the we've fallen for some fuckboy shit, or it's like, "Yeah, I used to do this," or "I wanna do this," and it's like, oh, you don't you're not actively doing this thing, but you want to."
Yeah, 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 and it
Yeah.
was definitely but, I like the optimism that Sam Elliott's character had.
Ah, love Sam Elliott in this movie too. I mean, so good. So everyone's so perfectly cast, but he was very like he's like, "Yeah, and it all works out at the end."
It does oh, shout out to and RIP to Philip Seymour Hoffman, man, he was great.
Oh my god, I know the Hoff, yeah, that's who I call the Hoff. I know there's a but, yeah, he's been in a lot of movies on this podcast too that have been brought up, and I'm like, that's just, like, a testament to how fucking brilliant and prolific his career's been, you know?
Uh, a really good movie that makes me sad considering how he died. Uh,
Mm,
and I didn't know that he and I mean, his death, woo, that was how I found out that he was battling heroin addiction, but Or
mm,
the Devil Knows You're Dead, which I'm pretty sure that's Sidney Lumet's last movie. That
mm,
movie's incredible. I saw that, I saw it at Belcourt when I was visiting
nice.
college, yeah, and, that movie is so fucking good, and, I feel like, that's one of his best roles, but Big Lebowski, that one is it's like one of the few times where he doesn't really steal the show, even though because
Yeah.
so many people, and that's how you know that he's, you know, just starting out because
Mhm.
that's one of his first I think it's one of his first roles.
I think it's one of his early ones too. He looked really young, so and I yeah, and he was just I knew he was in the movie, but when he pops up, I'm like, "Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman," but he's just there, he's doing his job, but he's not but yeah, stacked up against, like, Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, like, Steve Buscemi, it's like you're bouncing around with all these actors that have been doing this for a long time, it's like, yeah, you can he's definitely He's figuring it out for sure, but he still was great in it, but I think he fit well into the ensemble for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But damn. Well, Amber, we're starting to wrap up a little bit. I could talk to you for like 5 hours about this stuff,
Uh-huh.
but I also have to edit it. So that's why I'm like, we'll do an hour and we'll go from there.
Yeah, no,
Um,
great.
Now this is awesome. I have a couple more kind of rapid fire questions for you.
Okay, cool.
Um, and this is one of my favorite ones to ask. So if you could for both, and this applies to both movies, I think both movies would benefit from this. In for this question. So if you could recast the whole movie with all Muppets, but keep one human in both movies, who would be the one human in each movie?
So in, School Days, it will be Lawrence Fishburne because
Mm.
that man was, and I'm just that that was like that's, yeah, that his character in that movie, that's what I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm supposed to
Yeah.
like him because yep."
Yeah.
And, and then even though it's tough because Juan Carlo Esposito, he was great too, but
I think that would be my pick for to keep the one human for the out of the Muppets because I think they're just like that character just acting off of Muppets the whole time would be so funny.
I think that yeah, either way, right? We win.
Yeah.
And then it'll have to be Walter for Big Lebowski.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, him just yelling at Muppets the whole time.
It's a fucking show dog with fucking papers, piggy.
And then he's beating up this car and like this Muppet comes out of the house being like, "Hey, beat up your car."
And then the first thing he does is throw the peace sign when the dude's on his ass. I'll kill your bro.
Right.
Like, oh, you want peace
Yeah, just like
now? I tried
oh my
to
god, that's
do it
an
once, but the whole nonsense. Like, we know Walter.
we get it, Walter. And then him picking up the other Big Lebowski at the end, and it just be a puppet that he drops on the ground.
God, help me pick him up, Walter. You put
It'd be like,
in Walter.
oh my god, that'd be so. I mean, that's really fucked up, but it's also really funny. Just him, just like picking up a puppet and just drop. He's like, get up, get up.
Oh my god, that
We need that remake. I think that'd be really fucking funny.
yeah.
And then I think Steve Buscemi would be Beaker. And then my final question is what is your go-to, snack and drink when you go to the movies? Like, just, like, what do you have to, like, get you in the zone?
I'm gonna be nostalgic with this because it doesn't happen anymore. Because now it's just popcorn, but,
Mhm.
shout out to anybody who's old enough to remember Fountain Square Movie Theater in Metro Center in Nashville. It was but it's where, I mean, it was just the best fucking theater, and it was basic as hell, but still to this day, I'll fuck these up. They just had nachos with cheese, and then I put jalapenos on the chips so it can be nice and little juicy, put it
Yes.
and then, if I had leftover cheese, cause my mom always had the popcorn, so if I had leftover cheese, I put the popcorn and the cheese. So,
Mm.
that would be my go-to if I can find that anywhere.
Yeah. No, that sounds amazing because I'm big on taking pickled jalapenos and, like, dipping the putting them mixing into the popcorn so it kinda gets that softness and the juice in there.
Yep.
So I so the nachos sound amazing. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
those were the days. I'm a fresh jalapeno girly, but
Mhm.
pickle for that worked out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, Amber, thank you so much for doing this show. This was so much fun. Holy cow.
I had the best time. Thank you very much, Courtney.
The
This was fun.
of cour of course, and, Amber, where can everyone find you, and what do you got going on?
Uh, so you can find me on Instagram at ambwow. I'm on Threads too. Um, let me see. I'm sorry, I'm being an old bitch. Yeah, we got Urban Cowboy, which is of course
Yeah.
that's coming up next Sunday. And then I have a show at Dive, which is also Courtney's show. And then I have a show in Lebanon as well. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then me and Courtney are going to be on the same show October 24th at Lipstick Lounge. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a fun time, and then there's karaoke afterwards, so I'm definitely gonna do some
Yes.
karaoke, probably Nirvana.
Oh, well, fuck yeah. Oh, I mean, dude, every time every time I hear Lithium, I think of you at this point. You altered that for me because I love that whole album, but, like, seeing you had, like, just moved back to town, we were out for our good friend MK's birthday,
Yeah,
and you just crushed Lithium, and I'm like, "Okay, well, that's Amber's song," you
thank
know?
you. Yeah, yeah, I just got, Bleach on vinyl too, that was a good haul, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
damn. Hell yeah. Well, dude, again, I appreciate you coming on, and yeah, audience, this has been another episode of Core Memory, and thanks for listening. We'll talk soon.
Bye.
Yay. This has been Core Memory, a podcast about movies, and I'm your host, Cortney Warner. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Please feel free to like and subscribe on anywhere that you get your podcasts. Would absolutely love the support on there. If you enjoyed today's episode and any of our other episodes, also we are on Instagram at Core Memory Pod. Please feel free to give us a follow on there as well if you want any behind the scenes tidbits or any kind of fun visuals on there. And again, thank you for listening, and we hope that you'll listen again soon.